When the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted Jaylon Tyson, the prevailing school of thought was that he would eventually wind up replacing the likes of either Caris LeVert or Isaac Okoro in the rotation when ready, or when one of the two departed. Fast forward to the 2025-26 offseason period, and neither are on the roster. LeVert was included in the deal that brought in DeAndre Hunter, while Ice was swapped for Lonzo Ball. And with Max Strus and Darius Garland to miss time to begin the season, there is a huge opportunity potentially in the making for Jaylon Tyson. Is this the season where he stakes his claim? From a quiet rookie year to a rising contender, can he unlock his full potential in 2025-26? That is what we are here to ponder today. But before we do your boy a favor and smash that like button, subscribe to keep the NBA content coming, and hit that notification bell so you stay locked in all offseason. Let's dive in. Drafted 20th overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers back in 2024, Tyson's rookie season was always going to be largely rooted in development. Limited minutes, roster depth, and veteran rotations all made it hard to crack the rotation early. There just wasn't a clear path for him to earn significant minutes during a tremendous regular season that saw the team win 64 games, the second most in franchise history up to that point. He appeared in 47 games, averaging 3.6 points and 2 rebounds in 9.6 minutes per game. And while there were definitely small stretches in which Tyson showcased the talent that got him taken in the first round, the circumstances just did not allow for him to truly make a name for himself. Things have since changed. As mentioned before, Caris LeVert and Isaac Okoro are no longer on the roster, ditto for Ty Jerome, and with DG and Strus to miss times to open the season, little is standing in the way of Tyson rendering himself an indispensable part of head coach Kenny Atkinson's regular season rotation. And to that end, we've heard Kenny offer nothing but praise and preach about the gospel of Tyson. My gut says Jaylon Tyson is going to be a real contributor on this team. There are guys that want to make the league, they are trying hard, and they are practicing hard, and then there are guys who are desperate to make it. I'll put Jaylon Tyson in that unique group. He just lives and breathes it. He lives and breathes basketball. He gets after it every day. He's like a 10-year vet. He gets all the things we need him to do to get better. He's desperate. We need him. Those are all direct quotes from Atkinson himself from just this past summer, many of them at Summer League. Whether you believe that is simply a case of what we call coach speak, one thing is clear. Kenny Atkinson clearly sees something in Tyson and has earned his belief. It's up to Tyson to reward Atkinson for his belief in him on the hardwood though. Off-season growth. We got our first real glimpse of his progress at the 2K26 Summer League back in July, where Tyson was given a real chance to handle the rock due to Craig Porter Jr.'s injury. In his second career Summer League, he posted averages of 19.7 points, 6 rebounds, 6.7 assists, 1.3 steals, and 1.3 blocks, while completing 40.4% of his field goals, including 34.8% of his three-point shots. And while the efficiency left a lot to be desired, the area in which he appeared most comfortable may have been his playmaking. All he did was dole out 20 total assists across 3 appearances. Okay, maybe that's not the whole story, as he turned the ball over 12 times as well, averaging 4 per game, but there was a certain impressiveness about his lack of fear in attempting certain types of passes. An aggressive passer, a player unwilling to compromise on his belief in his ability to feed the rock to his teammates. You can't teach that. All it did was reinforce the idea of Tyson becoming a dependable ball handler in the second unit given time. Now, off the court, Tyson has spoken openly about wanting a larger role, being able to move between on-ball and off-ball duties, becoming a point of attack defender, and being ready to shoot whenever the moment calls. All things that could define his early career with the Cavs. He was quoted as saying, "It's part of the NBA, you know. That year helped me learn what I can do and what I've got to do to get on the court." So for anybody coming in, you've got to understand that there's going to be a role. Your role is going to expand. I feel like I can do so much on the court. When you look at my game, I'm very versatile. I can be a secondary ball handler. I can play off ball or on ball. I can be a point of attack defender. That's the biggest thing I've been working on. There is a lot I can do for this team and will do for this team. I'm just excited for the opportunity that's going to be presented to me. Role. Tyson's path to more meaningful minutes is much clearer this year. The departures of Isaac Okoro and Ty Jerome have thinned the wing guard rotation. Now, the big question, what role will he settle into? He could be a high usage creator off the bench, an off-ball spot-up threat, or a hybrid 3-and-D wing. As of right now, the Cavs don't have a surefire bench scorer if they elect to start DeAndre Hunter, so there may be a wide open role in doing just that. Tyson must truly figure out which role he is best suited for and which skill set to build his house of opportunities upon. We know that he was a reliable off-ball contributor in his early college years, but while with California for his senior season, he became a lead ball handler who was a reliable creator. I think think the questions that most Cavs fans, including myself, are asking themselves are, can he once again transition to being an off-ball catch-and-shoot threat who was able to provide game-to-game impact without necessarily scoring or having the ball in his hands at times? Or is Tyson going to experience a leap and become a reliable ball handler who can carry some of the offensive load as a reserve? Upon watching the film, one will likely notice that Tyson has a slow jumper that makes it far too easy for defenders to close out on him. If he is to take a step forward in terms of off-ball shot making, he is likely to have to speed up his jumper, as being able to cash more triples at a more efficient clip will only grant him additional opportunities to crack the rotation full time. Also, the sophomore wing should actually be able to provide additional impact on the glass, where he actually popped in limited action, especially on the offensive glass. He graded very highly in this area. Per B-Ball Index, he was within the 96th percentile in offensive rebounding crashing skill, the 81st percentile in offensive rebounds per 75 possessions, the 87th in offensive rebounding conversion skill, and the 76th percentile in offensive rebounding talent. The film tends to illustrate these in the form of putback layups and dunks, as this young man can often be seen trailing the player taking the shot in an effort to clean things up should the shot attempt fail. That same tenacity was also pretty present on the defensive glass, where he placed within the 93rd percentile in defensive rebounding crashing skill. I remain convinced that if he can continue to show that level of hustle on the boards overall, he can provide something truly unique to this Cavs bench. If he is able to combine his rebounding prowess and flair for playmaking with reliable perimeter spacing, Tyson will indeed become a difficult player for second units to defend, especially at his size. Providing these skills will force Kenny Atkinson into making some very difficult decisions as it relates to the back end of the rotation. Defensively, maybe the biggest thing that tends to stick out so far on the film has been his ability to fight through screens. Tyson is already a very solid screen navigator. It's an area in which he plays within the 91st percentile. He's not a finished product on this end. He still has work to do defending the perimeter in isolation, but if he is able to continue to provide his blend of physicality and hustle out there, he could become a truly reliable two-way wing who the Cavaliers sorely need. Predictions. These are the things I am going to be watching very closely this season as it relates to Tyson. Number 1, shooting evolution. Can his three-point shot mechanics improve? Will he knock down the three ball on an efficient clip, say around 38 to 40%? Will he become a true catch and shoot threat that draws enough gravity that it necessitates defenders pay attention? Keep in mind, he shot just 17 of 53, or rather 32.1% on catch and shoot opportunities last season. His progress in that area will be worth tracking throughout the year. Number 2, playmaking versus scoring balance. Will he be a creator or a secondary scorer? This intrigues me a lot because the loss of Ty Jerome combined with the addition of Lonzo Ball could mean that the balance could be subject to constant shifting depending upon the lineups. Will he be counted on to provide more in the realm of scoring or the realm of playmaking? Number 3, defensive consistency. Can he hold his ground versus wings, guard the perimeter, and provide high-level defensive versatility? These are areas in which Isaac Okoro provided a good amount of value most of the time. If Tyson is to assume much of those duties, this comes with the territory and could be a way for him to separate himself from the proverbial pack. Number 4, moments to shine. Injuries, whether it be a member of the core or rotation and or blowout games, might give him extended looks. Can he make the most of them, especially during back-to-backs? Tyson had his moments last year where he added value in a pinch, but when he's given long run, how will he respond? How will he contribute? We've heard a lot from various parties about his potential and his offseason development, but without knowing his role, it's pretty hard to predict a stat line, but I choose to believe that he'll carve out a rotation role at least during the regular season beginning this year. As such, I predict that he'll post averages of 8.9 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 3.2 assists this season while completing roughly 45.2% of his field goals, including a much improved three-point percentage of 37.6%. If all goes right, Tyson could evolve into a valuable 8th or 9th man, or even occasional spot starter, someone who brings energy, two-way versatility, and affordable production. If not, he risks being stuck as a role player with limited upside. And with little in the way of assets, the Cavs kind of need him to pan out, as there's a strong emphasis on internal growth around this team. It's one of the only paths forward for a team in this situation amidst the current CBA. This is the season where promise meets opportunity for Jaylon Tyson. Will he break out or remain in developmental mode? Let me know in the comments where you think he'll land. And if you like this preview, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss Tyson's early season performances. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cavs.
Seen Jenny Busick over there on that Indiana bench. She's a star here in Cleveland as Tyson goes. Whoa!